Hello Southies, welcome back to the channel, and if you're new, my name is Cece, and today you're watching an apartment renovation, and I am renovating one of the apartments in the brand new expansion pack Eco Lifestyle. This apartment, I believe it's called Pinecrest Apartment number 402. So when you go to the apartment in the new world, you will see the one that's closest to the elevators, the one that I'm working on. And it's actually smaller than the other apartment. And how I renovated this one, I wanted to have 2 bedrooms. And I kind of wanted this apartment to feel like just a crummy apartment that maybe people living on their own for the very first time have moved into, or they haven't been living here for very long. And so... And, you know, they're a little broke. They don't have a whole lot of money. And so I wanted the apartment to kind of look run down, but look as if they've put a lot of effort and energy to make it look really cozy and really homey. And so I created 2 sim characters for it. I had some names for them, but I don't know about the names that I've chosen. But one, the girl who I named Gigi, is a aspiring fashion designer. I don't think she'll be in school. I think she just kind of makes her own fashion items, or, you know, a stylist. Totally in the stylist career would be the closest thing to a fashion designer that you could have in the game. And then the other character is Frank, and I imagine that Frank is he's either in law school, or, you know, he's in university, or he is just graduated from university and is in the lawyer career. And so he's just starting out, and considering that they live in the world where, you know, eco lifestyle starts, that maybe he can be like an environmental lawyer. But I imagine that with this apartment, Gigi has been living here for a while, and maybe an old roommate moved out, and then Frank answered an ad, and so now he is her new roommate, or, you know, they've been now roommates for a little while, so they kind of have a bit of a rapport. But as you saw, I put together the kitchen. I used all the items from City Living that are kind of run down and, you know, gross. And then I did the bathroom, which is probably one of the most basic bathrooms in all of The Sims 4. And now I'm working on Frank's bedroom. And so Frank's bedroom is smaller of the 2, but Frank has the window, so that is kind of the trade-off. Now, I did notice in this particular save file, when you go to bulldoze the apartment, it will delete all the exterior walls, and then you can, when you add one wall, it'll put all the walls back. I don't know if this is a glitch. I noticed that it did it in this save file that I usually do build in, and in another save file that I have. And I also noticed that in one of my save files, there is a window a big window in the front of this apartment, but on this save file, there's not. So I have no idea what glitch that is, but it was kind of crazy, and I couldn't figure it out. And obviously, you can't add windows. So Gigi's room that I'm working on right now is bigger, but there's no window. So that's kind of the trade-off. She gets the bigger room, no window. But her room is the first room that you go to when you walk in. Now, this layout I think is a really cool layout. I think it's realistic. There are a lot of apartments where the bedrooms are at the front of the house and all of the shared living spaces in the back of the apartment. And so I wanted Gigi's bedroom to feel like she is a very creative person. I gave her a little makeup station. I gave her one of the mannequins from Get to Work. The makeup station comes from Get Famous. And I wanted to feel very eclectic. Gave her the base game stylus board. Frank's room, as you saw, he either is at Brightchester or he went to Brightchester. And so he's got a lot of Brightchester memorabilia. And his room is just very basic, like he's just starting out. here I'm adding some posters from Get Famous to Gigi's room that I imagine that these are the movies that have inspired her in the kind of career that she wants. And then I thought that this little sort of inspirational poster would be cute. That came with for those of you who don't know, when Get Famous came out, there was this like little challenge in the game, and you had to do certain things and you could earn those inspirational posters. It's not something that's active right now or anymore. I don't know if it'll ever come back, but now we got those really cool posters, and I decided to do a fun little gallery wall. So this apartment, I had a lot of fun decorating this apartment because, again, I wanted to feel like these are two people who are just starting out in life. They can't afford a whole lot. This apartment is super cheap, and a lot of the things that they have in their apartment are things that they found, or, especially Gigi, things that she found in thrift shops, and maybe hand-me-downs and things that they found, on the corner, that kind of thing. So I was trying to go for a lot of items that I felt had a lot of character, kind of run down, kind of beaten up, old looking. I want it to be very mismatched. I really love this whole hallway idea because if you notice, because of the sizes of the rooms, I could not fit a closet or any kind of dressing cabinet in the rooms, or at least in Gigi's room. So like for Frank's room, I just hung those wall decorations with the suits and the jackets and things like that. And then I thought maybe this chest of drawers could be where Gigi keeps her clothes in the hallway. And maybe she keeps clothes like under the bed and in other spaces. You also have to think about, especially in smaller builds, how your Sims are going to get around the space, how they're going to move, because I believe, if I'm correct, your Sims need at least half the length of the square. So if you see the grid on right now, take that box, that solid box, and split it in half where you have the dotted line. That's how much space that your Sims need just to walk around everything. And so if they don't have that, then they're going to give you that glitch where they're waving in the air like you're crazy, like they can't get through. And so that's one thing that I'm mindful of. This little trick, I was so happy with that I was able to size these items down and make them fit on that shelf. Like, I know it seems really simple, but I was like, it happened. They're not floating. It looked really cool. And I just really loved this room. It just looks so much fun. And I like that it kind of feels a little cluttered and claustrophobic. Now, for the shared living space, obviously there's not a whole lot of room. There's the kitchen is kind of the main focus, and then I will put down like a couch. And I did kind of struggle with the couch, the kind of couch that I wanted, because at first I wanted to use an eco lifestyle couch, but to be quite honest, those couches look expensive to me. They don't look like the type of couch that you would find cheap. So I forgo the eco lifestyle couch and I went with, I think this couch comes from City Living. It's one of those items that I believe you have to unlock in the game. But it looks run down. It looks gross. But when you're broke and you don't have a lot of money, you find gross couches and furniture, and you use that until you can make some money. Now, for those of you who watch my LPs, you know that I have my Discover University LP. I am hopeful that in the next month or so, just depends on how much time I have to film and how the story goes, that I can end that LP very soon. And so in my mind, I was kind of thinking, what other LP could I start? And I was thinking actually about this particular household, of doing something with them and then maybe starting it off in kind of like a rags to riches type of thing, to where they don't have a whole lot of money, and They can work on bettering their community while trying to earn money, and we could probably do a whole storyline on their friendship and the meeting people and all that stuff. I don't know. Especially when I create families for all of my builds, and in my mind I start thinking of who the families are, who the household is. And sometimes when I do that, I think, oh, that would make a really cool LP. But, you know, I only have time to put so many on the channel. And as I've spoken about before, I have thought about taking breaks and doing kind of hiatuses in between Let's Plays. So even though I know that Discovery University LP is going to wind down soon, I still might want to play Bailey in the future, but I might want to take a break in between a new LP with Bailey and the Discovery University LP. So if between now and then, and you hear me talk about some of these households in the builds that I create, and that sounds interesting to you, their stories, let me know in the comments if that's something that you'd want me to flesh out. Kind of what I was thinking with Gigi and Frank is they're just friends. Gigi is very outgoing. She's kind of a wild child a little bit. And then Frank, I wanted to kind of see if I could play him as maybe someone on the autism spectrum, and through Gigi kind of learns how to open up and socialize and a little bit more and learn how to adapt, because for a lot of people with autism, they can find change to be very difficult. They have to have things in certain ways. And so maybe that's something that Gigi kind of helping with. I was kind of thinking the relationship on The Good Doctor between Sean and Leia, but not in a romantic sense. I would want them to just be friends and kind of maintain a friend relationship. But I was thinking what stories could come out of that kind of relationship. But so let me know in the comments below if that's something that sounds interesting to you. So I am going through right now and I'm putting up clutter, finishing touches, just trying to think of the things that they would need, especially Frank, if he is a newly minted young lawyer, maybe working for maybe a non-profit type of law firm. Think like the ALC, is it the ALCU, I think is what it's called, that kind of lawyer, or just they do sort of non-profit work for people that can't afford lawyers or something like that. And for him, with his autism and maybe not being a very social person, it might be really hard for him to relate to clients and that kind of thing. And so Gigi comes along and kind of helps him learn how to open up, how to sort of recognize those things that some people with autism kind of overlook when it comes to interacting with people. But I am almost to the end of just the build portion. Again, I had so much fun with this build. It will be available on the gallery. I know I kind of slack on doing that, but as soon as I'm done with this voiceover and start exporting this video, I'm posting this on the gallery. I promise. But let me know what you think about this video. If you enjoyed it, let me know by hitting that happy little like button. Comment down below, what do you think about the apartment? You can even comment on things that you want to see me do, builds that you want to see me create. I would love to hear some of your ideas, what you think I might be capable of. Challenge me. I am starting to piece together a new Let's Build series. Still trying to work out what I want to do for that. So if you enjoyed this video and you haven't already and you want to see more content from me, please subscribe. I try to post every week and I would love to have you be a part of the Southie family. As always, my name is Cece and I promise never to break your game. Bye. With no parachute, you know I'm dreaming about us two, playing around without a clue, on the edge, leaning out. With us it's
It's all or nothing.